From acceptance speeches
to follow our hearts,
to Broadway musicals.
Follow my heart. But to where?
To wherever your heart tells you to go.
To children's videos.
When you follow your heart.
This flake of feel-good wisdom has become the great law, the only politically correct commandment for a culture wherein truth is relative.
Truth is whatever you believe is right.
Man is good, and God is whatever you want him, her, or it to be.
The truth is, there are no absolute truths. I mean, even God doesn't work that way.
But think for just a moment. Aren't most or even all the things that people say and do determined ultimately by the desires of their hearts?
We're born with the concept of right and wrong.
Without some absolute standard of right and wrong, what's to keep a cute children's song
Listen to your heart, girl.
from becoming the score for man's descent into lust, murder, and anarchy?
When there's people in your life trying to tell you what is right, what do you do? Listen to your heart, girl. Do you take a brand new road or the one you've always known? Am I getting through? Listen to your heart, girl. Listen to your heart, girl. Listen to your heart, girl. 'Cause the heart's not gonna lie to you. Listen to your heart, girl. Listen to your heart, girl. And I know you'll always be hearing the truth if you listen to your heart.
I can do anything I want to you people at any time I want to.
You gotta listen to your heart.
As we saw earlier in this series, the reason this do what you want, it's your thing, follow your heart theology is wrong and ultimately even satanic is because our hearts and minds have been profoundly deranged by the effects of sin. The heart of man is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Every way of a man is right in his own eyes. There's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. And perhaps most direct of all, he who trusts in his own heart is a fool. From mankind's fall from grace to virtually every evil ideology that has blighted this travailing planet, ignoring our Creator's commands and doing instead what seems right in our own eyes and hearts, has been the fountain from which sin and its wages have flowed. Of course, that's not to say that following one's heart will always produce the wrong or the most evil consequence. The Bible makes it clear that all of us have a dim memory of paradise lost and the moral standards we were created to obey. Depending on the individual and the culture, listening to one's heart can at times produce an approximately correct decision. And of course, for someone who's been born again through and to the will of God, following one's now regenerated heart can provide genuine direction and courage. But for the rebel, for those walking in their own counsel and by their own light, following your heart is a perfect expression of the satanic law and a one-way ticket to hell. Let's now close by examining the law from the Satanic Bible that best expresses the essence of this do what thou wilt philosophy. Say unto thine own heart, I am mine own Redeemer. One of the essential facts of life is that we're all born with a sense that something is wrong or missing, and the rest of life becomes a quest for wholeness and fulfillment. In theological terms, redemption. Whatever we look to for this, be it God, family, friends, lovers, money, power, sex, drugs, music, fame, or anything else, that person or thing becomes our Redeemer. By definition, our God. Christianity simply declares that all of us have been ruined by sin and, as a result, are completely unable to save ourselves. We need a Messiah, a supernatural Redeemer. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Against this, every other religion, every philosophy and ethical system contrived by man says in one way or another that we're not really that bad, and that through our own efforts we can redeem ourselves. In this they share the bottom line of Satanism and most of rock and roll. And now the ultimate dichotomy, the final fork in the road, presents itself. On the one hand stands the cross and the broken body of God the Son. And on the other, an idol, gilded by the craft of man. And just as in Moses' time, today the people riot and dance about their idol, and the music of their worship rises up to heaven as the sounds of war. Only those who are willingly blind can deny what this series has established, that at every point, with an almost mathematical precision, the culture of rock and roll seeks to subvert the rightful rule of God and put man, and sometimes even Satan, in his place. From its deep roots in the occult to the vast profusion of evil fruit, the stain of sin, death, and judgment are unmistakable for those who have eyes to see. Know now that one day the music will stop. For those still worshiping around the golden calf, by God's grace, may that time be now.